Here I go! Disappearing into...
No!
This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Be sure to subscribe and help get this video to 2,000 likes.
And I say, hey!
Arthur and DW are watching a special on ancient Egypt, because I guess the Reed parents can't afford cable. Arthur says he'd like to be a mummy so he can be buried with his action figures. DW tries to one-up her brother's fantasy by listing off her own greatest possessions.
I had a snowball, but somehow it disappeared.
Even in her own imagination, DW is still a massive tightwad. DW raids Grandma Thora's wardrobe while ogling over Clarissa, a treasured porcelain doll Thora has had since childhood. Grandma Thora allows DW to take Clarissa home for the week. What could possibly go wrong?
I know you'll treat Clarissa like the treasure she is.
You clearly don't know your own granddaughter very well. Over the next few days, DW treats Clarissa like absolute crap. She deliberately allows the doll to get soiled in mud, sand, and God knows what else. DW takes the decrepit doll to see a puppet show at the library, where Rapunzel accidentally falls and breaks her neck.
This is much more exciting than the version Mom told me.
I think I speak for everyone when I say this girl needs Jesus. That afternoon, DW is jumping on her bed with all her toys when Clarissa gets launched into the air. Mr. Reed watches in horror as his mother's prized possession gets positively wrecked to shit. We get a rare scene of Mr. Reed scolding his daughter for being so careless with Clarissa. DW shows absolutely no remorse for her actions. Shocker, she suggests they just buy a replacement doll for Grandma Thora.
Clarissa's old.
And she won't mind that it broke. Oh, good.
Like I said, bitch needs Jesus. Mr. Reed decides to teach DW just how badly she screwed up. He explains how Thora grew up with 3 older brothers, which is apparently DW's worst nightmare. Turns out Thora was raised in Elwood City, in a time when the only thing people had to worry about were noisy Zeppelins. Lucky for them, they wouldn't have to put up with the Zeppelins for much longer. Young Thora is sick of only getting to play with her brother's hand-me-downs. She goes to the toy store to look at the dolls in the window display.
Mom let her go by herself?
Things were different then, DW.
Motherfucker, you let your kids go around town by themselves all the time, including this episode. On Thora's 5th birthday, her parents give her the Clarissa doll. Thora is so grateful to have a toy of her own and vows to take good care of it for the rest of her life. A promise that DW managed to wreck in less than a week. The Reed parents decide to take Clarissa to the local doll hospital, which ends up being closed. All the same, it's probably best they avoided this place since it's clearly a front for a money laundering scheme. I'm just saying, this specialty boutique can somehow afford a downtown location and is doing well enough that it can shut down shop for over a month. Even in the 90s, there's no way this place would stay in the black without some shady backroom shit. Surprise, surprise, Grandma Thora's coming by for dinner that night. DW is rightfully worried she'll get disowned.
Now Grandma Thora will find out what a bad granddaughter I am.
What do you mean, now? As usual, Arthur steps in to save the day. The two take Clarissa to Mr. Ratburn, who agrees to fix the doll and tells them to stop by his house in 2 hours. Lucky for the kids, their dad already knows the address. The Reeds pull up to the house when they hear a power saw in the garage. DW worries Mr. Ratburn is torturing her doll and breaks into his house. Turns out he was just making a new desk for grading papers, proving the rat's love language consists solely of papers, puppets, and pastries. Clarissa is good as new. Grandma Thora is none the wiser, but DW folds faster than wet toilet paper and spills the beans. Instead of scolding DW for her reckless behavior, Grandma Thora wrongfully congratulates her for fixing the mess she created, even though it was Arthur who actually took the initiative to find someone to fix Clarissa.
Your getting her repaired shows that not only are you trustworthy, you're very responsible.
Bullshit. In a severe lapse in judgment, Grandma Thora decides to let DW keep Clarissa forever. But we never see Clarissa again after this episode, because despite DW's promise, she probably destroyed the doll beyond repair the second her grandma left the house. Let's review. DW took her grandma's favorite childhood toy and absolutely destroyed it. She didn't show a shred of care or remorse as she nearly ruined the doll beyond repair. She only started to regret her actions once she learned the doll had been part of her grandma's life since she was 5. And even when DW managed to fix the doll and save her own ass, she couldn't resist the urge to snitch on herself to her grandma. But none of this would have happened if Grandma Thora had the foresight to keep her childhood keepsake out of her greedy granddaughter's grubby mitts. So, F you Grandma Thora for entrusting your most prized possession to your least reliable grandchild. And of course, for treating said doll like absolute garbage, F you DW.
And I say, hey!
Hey, I have a Patreon. Sign up at patreon.com/mattneff to get your name in the thank you credits, along with early access to every FUDW and the chance to vote for future episodes. If there's a movie or show you'd like me to talk about, top-tier patrons can commission a review for my channel. Check out the link in the description to become an FUDW superfan. Next time on FUDW...
Hi! Let's play a game!
I never turned you on!
Press the button on my tummy!
Go to sleep!
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If we could learn to work and play and get along with each other.